Hey Cancer, it's Viv and welcome to your week ahead tarot reading for July the 9th through to the 15th, 2018. I'm using the Wildwood Tarot, wherein wisdom resides, and it's an 8-card spread as usual. So there is a central card which is the overall energy for the week, and then 7 other cards, one for each day of the week, Monday through Sunday. So starting with the central energy for the week, it's the Wanderer or the Fool card in the regular tarot, and this normally points to someone stepping out in a new direction, someone taking a risk and stepping into the unknown. When I look at this card though, my feeling is that you're undecided. There's a level of uncertainty. My feeling is that you're not trusting, that you're doubting the wisdom behind starting this particular course of action, and whether it's going to be successful for you, whether it's going to provide the rewards that you're hoping for, be that in a professional, career oriented manner, or whether it's something more personal like to do with a home or a romantic relationship. I think your emotions are being pulled in a couple of different directions, and one day you feel yes, let's do this, this is right, I'm headed in the right direction, and you're really connected with your sense of wisdom and knowing. And then the next day you're pulled in completely the opposite direction, and you're convinced that it's not going to work out, it's not the right thing to do, and you're just silly for even contemplating it in the first place. So the overall energy for the week is this uncertainty, I think, this indecision about whether it's the right thing or not, or whether it's going to turn out or not. You just do not know whether to take a step forward into the unknown or to stay put where you are. On Monday, the kind of state of mind that you're in is a fairly dedicated one, a fairly determined one. I think the course of action, the idea, the hope, the intention that you have, you are keeping fairly close to your heart, and you're not sharing with anybody else. Other people's opinions, I think, are just passing you by. You're not being persuaded, you're not being pulled off course. You are following this path, you are staying true to your intention, and the other people's thoughts and opinions and beliefs, they're not impacting you at all, and you're staying true to this intention. And I think this is my feeling is that this is wise of you not to share it with anybody else, because that's when doubts can really take hold. There are always going to be naysayers, because people do like to pour cold water on other people's ideas and other people's hopes and dreams. I don't know why we do that to each other. It's much more useful, I think, if we're supportive to each other. But insecurities get the better of all of us, and I think it's a wise course of action to keep this to yourself, so that you don't get dragged into other people's insecure thinking. I think the reason you're keeping it to yourself is something happened a while ago, maybe a few months ago, maybe a year ago, that really knocked you for six. It knocked you flat on your back and totally knocked you off your feet, and knocked the wind out of your sails. I think you were quite shocked about this, quite taken aback by it, and I think you were there was a level of emotional turmoil that you have needed to recover from, and this is taking time. The stones, this is the 7 of stones, and this is telling me that it is taking time for you to recover. I think you know that you will recover in time, but it is sort of a fairly traditional thing, isn't it? It's we're very used to hearing time will heal, and it does, but I think there's external influence here that is helping you to heal, that is helping you to get back on your feet and to overcome what it is that that really took you out there, that really caught you off balance and off guard. There is healing happening here, and I think this card is telling me that you are feeling better. But this card, the Nine of Arrows, is telling me how fragile this state really is. You're still in a process of healing, and I think there are many things that can knock you off balance. So this is a warning card. This is in the spread to alert you to pay attention to the kinds of thinking that you are choosing to believe, that you're choosing to give your energy to, because this can really destabilize you and pull you off balance, and it can interrupt this healing that you're going through, this healing process. So whereas in the early part of the week you were keeping things to yourself and keeping things fairly close to your chest, other people's opinions were just passing you by. Perhaps you've overheard conversations, perhaps you've not shared your intention with other people, but they're still making their feelings known. It's like you know what they'd think if you told them, and this is giving you cause. There are doubts and insecurities that are rising up, and you're wondering whether they're real and whether you should take any notice of them. I think this is where a lot of your indecision is coming from. You are emotionally going from positivity to negativity, and this is making you hesitant. I think you know, though, that this is just a passing phase, that this is something that you just have to get through. I think you're feeling a little bit vulnerable. I think by keeping things to yourself that you're feeling a little bit out in the cold. This is not a particularly comfortable situation. There's lightning striking here, so if you revealed the truth of the situation to other people, I think it would cause a bit of a storm, and you're aware of that. But it's a lonely path that you've chosen, keeping these things to yourself, and maybe sharing with somebody outside of your circle, like I know somebody from the Samaritans, for instance, somebody who's a counsellor, somebody who can offer kind of independent advice or an independent perspective, who isn't involved, and somebody who won't judge, that you would draw comfort from that, and that it would give you a little bit of perspective, and you wouldn't feel so alone. I think you're very well aware that our actions have consequences, and there is a balance that you are trying to strike here. There's a wisdom that you're trying to connect with, and ego that you are fighting with, and it's the balance between the two. It's like, which voice in your head really is the one that can be trusted? Is it this one? Is it the ego axe? Or is it the shield, the wisdom shield here? And if it's wisdom that you're trying to tune into, it's the quieter voice. So it's not necessarily a voice. It comes up in the form of a feeling more than a distinct voice in your ear saying do this or don't do this. It's more of a feeling, and you could feel that anywhere in your body. It could be around your heart, it could be in your gut, it could be some kind of sensation that you get in your head of knowing that you are on the path, that you're on the right track, and that your wisdom can be trusted. But by trusting your wisdom, that there is a balance that will be restored in your emotions. I think there is somebody in your environment who is being quite cautious. This might be a person that you're dealing with, or it could be a comment on your approach to the situation, that you're taking a very cautious approach, or the person that you're connecting with is being very cautious and they're not revealing themselves wholly at this moment. If there's been a situation between the two of you in the past, you both might be taking it very slowly and trying to sort of like gingerly trying to work each other out. If this is somebody that you've connected with in the past, this is possibly what happened between you, is possibly what knocked you for six, and it's what's taken you time to heal from. And if you were hurt by the actions of this person, this is possibly why all of this insecurity is rising up, and you're not sure of the wisdom of getting involved again. So either they are being cautious, you are being cautious, or you both are, until it becomes apparent to you what their intentions are, what your intentions are to them, and whether you can, both of you, proceed without fear, with a sense of freedom, and with a sense of knowing that you can trust your heart. I think because it's going so slowly, because this caution is being exercised, I think you know that this is your wisdom is telling you that it's a necessary part of the process. I think there is a part of you that's impatient, and there is a part of you that wants things that to speed up and to speed along, and for more progression to be made. And the fact that you're not seeing progression, I think, is upsetting to you. My feeling is, although this is a mourning card, I don't think that you're going to be receiving news which means that this venture is going to be over. My feeling is that the mourning... Sorry, I just had to stop there for a second. Somebody was leaving and doors were banging. So my feeling is this mourning, this sadness, is about things not turning out how you wanted in the first place, and things not progressing as quickly as you want now. However, this period of time that it's taking is also assisting with the healing process. There is it's necessary for you to come back to feel whole, to feel healed from this situation before you can move forward. One of these containers here, this is the 7 of vessels, and one of the containers is like a vessel for oil, and the oil is used to soothe. And when I look at this, I think of oil being poured on troubled waters. And so this is, while you may feel sad at this lack of progression, and while you may feel sad that things haven't turned out as yet exactly how you're hoping for, that this is a necessary part of the process. but this mourning, this sadness, I think is contributing to this indecision, and you are still questioning the wisdom of proceeding or staying put. My feeling is, though, Cancer, that at some point the answer will become clear to you, and whatever it is that your wisdom is telling you will turn out to be correct and will turn out to be relied upon, and this will be good, because when faced with a similar situation in the future, you will know that you can rely upon your wisdom. So there we go. I hope that's been useful for you. I hope that's resonated. I'll be back again next time with another weekly read, and until then, thank you for joining me and take care.